doing? Snapchat and rumbling fuck, shake your tits and swing your dicks. It's Friday, baby, and it's the first day of a 3-day weekend. And to get you started off right, here's another titty clapping, ball slapping episode of your favorite internet sensation with Libation. Before we get today's show kicked off, I want to tip my hat to today's Libation. Well, you know, it's Memorial Day weekend. It's the official start of summer. So the way we like to kick summer off is with a cold, refreshing Yuengling Light. America's light beer. Okay? It's, you know, love that sound, huh? And, you know, to make it really official, I got to put it in my special koozie here, courtesy of the Friday Wrap-Up fan club down in the Florida chapter, the Villages, the STD capital of the United States. So here's to you, boys. Azalu, to drink up and be somebody. That is a cold, crisp, refreshing light beer. It's the MAGA of beers. This is the kind of beer that's going to make summer great again. This is the kind of beer that says, hey, you, the guy in the dress, stop that. Go drink a Bud Light. This ain't for you. Yuengling Light, the official summer beer of the Friday Wrap-Up. Salud again. Not like cold beer on a Friday night. Zach Brown must be onto something. Okay, what a week. So like I said, Memorial Day weekend starts today. The unofficial start of the summer, and as usual, the weather is supposed to suck the entire weekend. So, except for Monday. Monday's going to be nice, so if you're doing a Memorial Day barbecue on Monday, good for you. My dumb ass will be fucking working because I'm on the road again this week, so I got too much shit that I got to do. Well, I'm giving you a Friday wrap-up today, so obviously I got power. The guys came today about 7:45 this morning, and they worked until about 3 o'clock. So I had no power at all for the most of the day. I was able to do some work. My laptop was charged, and I used my cell phone as a hotspot, but that only lasted so fucking long. But I'm happy to say I got 200 amps of raw electricity pumping through the compound now. My circuit box is like fucking 4 feet long. It's fucking nuts now. Yeah. And, like I said, went off without a hitch. They did a great job. I can't complain. The only thing is, they're drilling holes and everything and running cable. The floor in my utility room, which I have this problem. I keep I'm constantly mopping the basement floors. I'm nuts. So the floor just had debris all over it, and I was fucking twitching. I got tweaked. I swear, I was pacing like a psycho because I wanted so much to just start vacuuming around them as they were working. There's something fucking wrong with me. I can't stand debris around or clutter. It makes me fucking nuts. So anyhow, I'm glad to say we got power. My office doesn't look like a fucking demilitarized zone anymore. Everything fucking jerry-rigged. Bypassed outlets with extension cords everywhere. It was the shit show. So finally was able to get that straightened out. Very happy about that. This is going to be an expensive fucking summer. Hey. So Sunday I was doing some yard work. It was a nice day. I had to clean up the back deck, the side patio. And I'm going to power wash everything. Hopefully this weekend I want to do the power washing, but we'll see. Get my grills together, get them ready to go. We'll see what happens. But anyhow, I never understood this. I had all this garbage. I line up a bunch of shit on the side of the road. Okay, where I usually put my garbage. And there was a ton of these old fucking plastic planters in the side yard, which I don't understand what the fuck she was doing with them. But anyhow, I fuck it. I throw everything away. I have no patience for nothing. Garbage. And so it's all lined up, bags of garbage, wood, all kinds of shit. And people, and I'm sitting on the fucking patio on the porch after I was done smoking a cigar, drinking a beer, just chilling out. And I see these people just slowing down to look to see what kind of garbage I'm throwing in. But I don't understand people who go looking for other people's fucking garbage. It's garbage! I mean, and people will stop because this one fucking guy stops. This stupid old fuck. He turns around. He's got his idiot wife in the car. They park across the street at the mechanic. He comes across the street and he says, "Oh, would you mind if I look through these planters and see if I can take one?" I went, "What?" He's like, "Well, I have these ferns." I'm like, I don't care. You want the planters, take the planters. Listen to me. I said, "I don't care if you take them." I said, "It's fine." I said, "I wish you were here an hour ago." He goes, "Why? What'd you have an hour ago?" I'm like, "Nothing. You could have fucking carried them out of the backyard and put them over here yourself." I said, "I don't mind if you take them." I said, "But some of them have dirt in it." I said, "Don't make a fucking mess, okay?" "Oh, okay." And then I see him like dumping. I said, "What are you doing?" What did I just say? "Don't make a fucking mess." I said, "Because if you do, I'm going to bury you in the fucking planter." People are fucking retarded. I swear to God, they're fucking retarded. Holy shit. I should have shot him in the ass. So where in the world was Tommy this week? I was in Albany. I drove up to Albany Tuesday. I was there Wednesday. And from there, I drove to Utica. First of all, these upstate cities are like the land that time forgot. Like Albany is the state capital of New York. You'd think it would be, I don't know, a fairly nice city. It's a shithole. Like a literal shithole. Okay? Like, I mean, it's... There's a lot of that element there that, brings down neighborhood values. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, New York is a Democrat state, right? So why would the state capital not look like San Francisco? I don't know. What do I know? I mean, but it's just a shithole. Like an absolute fucking shit. It has to be. I've seen a lot of different cities in my days, in my travels, and that's got to be my least favorite fucking place. I don't want to say I'd rather go to Detroit. It's up there with Detroit. Like, I mean, Detroit, at least Detroit has Detroit pizza. You might get shot going to get a slice of, going to get some Detroit pizza, but it's worth risking your life over, okay? Because I like Detroit pizza. Albany's got ugats. It's got nothing. Nothing. There's nothing positive about this city at all, okay? So, and then from there I went to Utica, which was another fucking pan to the fire. Now, Utica, I haven't been to Utica in fucking forever. It's a depressing, it's another shithole. Like, Utica looks like a slightly better version of the Bronx. Okay? Slightly. Like, I was in downtown Utica, so I didn't really see most of the city. But the outskirts looked better than the fucking... Apparently, Utica has a very big Italian population. I don't know if that's from witness protection. I don't understand how Italian... Because they didn't land in Utica. They landed in New York or Jersey, North Jersey. So either they went to fucking Newark, Bloomfield, Jersey City, okay, or they went to the boroughs. Manhattan, Staten Island. Well, nobody went to Staten Island on purpose. Brooklyn, Queens, you know what I'm saying? Bronx. I can't imagine any guinea that comes over here and goes, I'm gonna go to Utica. Utica? Utica. Oh, man, they got it nice, they got it the tree, they got it the grace. I'm gonna go to Utica, I'm gonna make our beats. You're gonna make our beats in Utica? Ma che stai? Sei pazzo? No, it's nice. They got it the grace, they got it the tree, they got the grace, the trees. I mean, fucking, I can't. How the hell did these guineas find their way down the New York State Thruway? I don't understand. Anyhow, it's got a big Italian population. But you couldn't tell by looking at the city, that's for sure. Okay? There's a lot of Italian restaurants. There's a lot of Italian food. We're going to talk about a little of that in Tommy's Pub and Grub review. But... yeah, another fucking land that care forgot. Like these upstate cities, they gotta go. Like, at least wash them. You know what I mean? Like, they just look filthy, like run down. Like, I get it, the buildings are like fucking 110 years old, but Holy fuck! Like I stayed in a hotel in Utica. It was a DoubleTree. Normally, DoubleTree's owned by Marriott. Now, normally DoubleTrees are nice. They give you the cookie when you come in. It's nice. Fucking building. It was like 200 years old. I pull out. I said, "This is a 4-star hotel." He says, "It looks like a shithole." Like washed the building. The inside was very nice. You know, the room wasn't bad either. Come to think of it, the fucking hotel I stayed in Albany looked like a shithole from the outside, but the room was nice. But yeah, and then the fucking hotel. I'm going to give you a little bit more insight into this hotel later on in the show. I don't want to spoil nothing. Anyhow, sad news. Actor George Wendt, Norm from Cheers, died on Tuesday. He was 76 years old. Cheers was such a great show. Okay, if you've never seen an episode of Cheers, I don't know what fucking planet you just landed here from. Seriously, fucking one of the greatest shows on television. And apparently George Wendt is a native of the Holy Land, Chicago. So, you know, here you go, George. Salud. Hopefully they keep your bar stool warm for you up there. That's where you're going. So, DEI sailors, kerfuffled cancer patients. Hold on for this one, kids. We're going in. Okay, kids, get your tickets out. We're about to hop onto that maniacal, magical express of the mayhem and fuckery. The crazy train's about to leave the station. Oh, but, woo-hoo, first stop, Long Island. So, some more sad news. Just full of happiness tonight. Billy Joel, my former employer from many moons ago, canceled all of his upcoming concerts due to an NPH diagnosis. NPH is normal pressure hydrocephalus. It's a condition. It causes cognitive disabilities. It's a buildup of spinal fluid in the brain, and it mimics some of the symptoms of dementia and amnesia. It's often misdiagnosed as dementia or amnesia. It impairs your motor functions, hearing, vision, hand-eye coordination, shit like that. It does impair his cognitive ability. So apparently he's been falling a lot during shows, and he's been a little off. And he took off some time for medical issue, which he didn't say what it was, but I believe it had to be something like this. And I guess it just kind of got a little worse. The good news is it's not dementia or Alzheimer's. Okay, that's the good news, because those are incurable. They could slow them down a little bit, but those are incurable. This can be cured. It can be reversed if it's caught early. So if it's diagnosed early enough, they could treat it, believe it or not, with physical rehabilitation, surgery. I would imagine it's drained the fucking fluid. But I guess all of his performing kind of, aggravated it, built it up. So they told him no more performing, at least for a year, until we see where you're at. So I don't know how serious the condition is. I don't know if they caught it early enough. I think they did. He plans to be touring in a year again, so I'm going to assume that it's caught early enough where they can reverse it. So, I really hope that that's the case. You would think with all the fucking medical big brains out there and all the research and all this other shit, they would do a little bit more in the way of research for cognitive disabilities. Okay, like I said, this is often misdiagnosed as early onset dementia or early onset. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me today. Alzheimer's. Can't get the words out sometimes. Anyway, so it's often misdiagnosed, and by the time they figure it the fuck out, it's too late to actually treat it, and then you have permanent brain damage. Doctors pay what they pay in malpractice, not because they're good. Just remember I said that. Okay, but hopefully, Bill, here's to you, my friend. Hopefully, you have a speedy recovery. Azalud, all the best. And it's a shame. He looks so good, too. I guess that Ozempic really works, huh? He did all... See, he wouldn't be touring this much if he didn't do all that fucking with that young wife of his and make little babies, okay? Now he's got to, he's got to feed, put diapers on him, feed him. These kids are expensive, okay? So, but Billy, seriously, Bill, sell it, man. Next stop, New York City. A Mexican sailing ship crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, when I heard this, I went, what? Did what? I'm like, they don't know how to sail in Mexico. The only boats they have in Mexico are the fucking, like, the drug-running boats that the cartels use. Okay? But I said, they don't have any fucking sailors in Mexico. I mean, what the fuck is this? I'm like, they don't even have a navy. Well, boy, wasn't I wrong. Okay? I'm 47 years old. I'm a well-educated guy. Like, I'm a pretty smart fucking guy. This is the first time I've ever heard any mention of the Mexican Navy. You could have knocked me over with a fucking feather. Like, the Mexican Navy? They have a fucking Navy? Well, yeah, they have a Navy. The Navy's wooden sailing ships. So this boat was a Mexican naval vessel, right? It had, I think 12 masts or something. I mean, and they sailed it from fucking Staten. I don't know how it got to Staten Island. They might have thought they were going someplace else. They landed in Staten Island. It was going from Staten Island to, I guess, Manhattan, and they're sailing. Now, just to give you a visual, here's the bridge. Here's the mast. So apparently these Mexican sailors have no fucking perception of height. So they come in near the boat. Mira el bridge, bang! And they ran the goddamn boat right into the fucking bridge. Now, thankfully, the Brooklyn Bridge wasn't damaged because it's built like a fucking battleship. But the wooden masts didn't fare too well. Like they went fucking full speed at it. And there were people harnessed to the fucking masts working the rigging. And, of course, when the fucking masts got chopped down, I think 4 sailors got killed. This is a boat full of fucking DEI hires, okay? I'm sorry. They have no business having a navy. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. How many Mexican doctors do you know? I'll wait. See my point? Everybody's suited to the tasks that they're suited to. We've never heard of the Mexican Navy before. You know why? Because I think it has 3 ships. Now they're down 1. There's no reason for one. Okay? Mexico has a problem. The United States Navy, which patrols the Gulf of America, see what I did there? Would take care of it. Okay? That's what we do. Mexican Navy. Huh. That even happens when you hire DEI? Next stop, Washington, D.C. So Joe Biden was diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer, which is metastasized to his bones. Karma. You know, here's the fucked up thing about this. Every doctor is... prostate cancer is actually pretty easy to detect. It's a blood test, which everybody gets after the age of 50. Why the fuck this guy never had one? I don't know. See, he didn't just get this. He didn't just get this and it metastasized. For prostate cancer to actually metastasize to your bones, it has to go basically untreated, undetected. It takes a long time for it to get there. So they're saying that he probably had it when he was president, and they were going to make him fucking run again. I got news for you. I think he had it even before that. I think he had it when he ran the first time. That's why they kept him in the fucking basement. He might have been getting some kind of treatment. Now, this is all speculative, of course. I mean, there's another theory that he was diagnosed with it and they didn't fucking tell him. They kept it from him. Because if someone diagnoses you with prostate cancer, you go get treatment. They give you chemo, radiation, whatever the fuck it is. I mean, he might be a little incapacitated. Kamala would have had to step in temporarily, but he would have still been president. I'm not defending Joe Biden in any way, but I don't think he doesn't strike me as the type that if you told him he had cancer, he'd go, eh. Okay, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Neither. I really hope his wife wouldn't, prevent him from getting the truth. But then again, you never know with that broad. Okay, so whoever was controlling the puppet strings, I think they fucking knew and they didn't tell him. Okay, and the fucked up thing is Kamala would have been president had Joe Biden won. She would have been president if Joe Biden won. Had Joe Biden ran and won in some other bizarro version of this world, she would have been president because he would have died. It's like stage 4. It's in your bones. That's nothing you're gonna do about it. I mean, we're gonna radiate his fucking bones. He's 80-something years old. He ain't got time on his side. He'll be lying in state within a year. Remember I said that months ago? Okay? Shit. I speak things into existence sometimes. I just can't seem to speak $1 million into existence. Or dare I even say a Knicks championship. But we'll get to that later. So yeah. So Joe Biden, and if they knew, which I think they did, and they covered this up, this is just despicable. Just despicable. Okay? And like I said, Trump was right. They fucking lied. They cheated. They covered this up. This whole fucking thing was rigged. Rigged. Okay? It was rigged for Trump to lose. It was rigged to put a puppet president in place. They auto-penned him on everything. I don't think he fucking knew half the things that were going on because he's got fucking oatmeal for brains. Okay? Sad, but true. Okay? So I think, Trump was absolutely right about everything. And that's, they absolutely knew they covered it up. They hit it. Because there's no way. There's no fucking way he just got it. Okay? I mean, and I don't understand how... a 70-year-old or 80-year-old doesn't get the blood test to detect if he got prostate cancer or not. I'm sure he's getting up 92 times a night to fucking take a piss. Shit. Crazy. Well, while we are in Washington, D.C., let's take a little hop over to the House of Representatives. So 2 miraculous things happened in the House of Representatives this week. Just the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact, the House passed the big, beautiful bill. Thank you, Donald Trump. Now it just has to clear the Senate, which I don't believe that will be an issue. Unless a fucking Republican loses their mind. And then that's that. Historical bill has just been passed. Also, in the House of Representatives, Representative LaMonica McIver. You remember that large black woman that participated in that ice debacle in New Jersey was that last week, I think? I don't even know anymore. Fucking weeks are all running together on me. Well, anyway, she's being charged, formally charged with criminal charges in the incident in New Jersey. And she says, and I quote, "I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing." Yeah? Well, LaMonica, let's go to the videotape.
Calm down. I'm not resisting.
Keep all your goddamn hands off of me. Hell wrong with you? You ever put your hands on me?
I ain't going anywhere.
Hell wrong with you?
You don't tell me what I'm not going. You don't tell me what
She looks like a rampaging ape. Okay, like, Kong out of control. You see, when you hit a cop, whether it be the local police officer, state trooper, federal police officer, that's a crime. How she did not know that, I don't know. Okay, you physically charge, assault, elbow, okay, that's assaulting a police officer. That's a crime. The best was they asked Trump about this, and he goes, "I don't know her, but that woman's out of control. She's lost it. She's out of control. Nobody behaves that way. The radical left has lost its mind. Okay, they just don't know what to do anymore. They've gone completely crazy. Okay, good." Speaking of Trump, let's take a little trip over to the White House while we are in Washington, D.C. So, Trump invited the president, the South African Ubi president, to the White House for a meeting. See, and he had the press there, and the purpose of the meeting was to expose the racist violence that's happening in South Africa, which the press refuses to cover. See, in South Africa, the current regime, being all black, has basically said that, given permission, they're purposely attacking white farmers, taking their land, brutalizing them, attacking them. They're basically promoting, it's government-promoted racism against whites. Funny, huh? And the press doesn't seem to want to cover that. They don't want to admit it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to discuss it. They go, oh, that's just crazy. That's not happening. Meanwhile, it is. There's video evidence. There's newspaper clippings. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. So he has the South African president come to me, and I guess this guy thought he was just having a diplomatic meeting with the president of the United States. He's all he's got his posse around him, and Trump just fucking lays into him because you're promoting racism in your country. Okay, it's a disaster, violence. People are fleeing here, and I'm giving them protection. Okay, and they go, oh, not true. Okay, let's watch the video. And we have a video. Okay, watch the video. It's gonna be crazy. Okay, like nothing you haven't seen in the history of this country. And they showed the video. The press is there. They're like, fucking, the press is dumbfounded. And he's taking a clipping after clipping and showing it to the guy. This guy's looking, I mean, everybody, like they're all fucking retarded now. Okay? You ever hear them talk? Like, it's like they got a fucking cock jammed sideways in their mouth. And like, yeah. So... He rammed it up the fucking South African president's ass with no lube. Also, Trump is stopping the penny. No more pennies are going to be produced anymore. I don't know how I feel about this, but they said, they said it costs like a cent and a half or like 2 cents to produce the penny, which... it's fucking dumb. So they doged it. They doged the fucking penny. No more pennies. Guess they're going to have to change the name of the song from Pennies from Heaven to Nickels from Heaven. I don't know. All right, kids, your sports update. So, Yankees and Rockies tonight at 8:40. Mets and Dodgers tonight at 7:10. Phillies and A's tonight at 10:05. Little NFL news for you. So, apparently Aaron Rodgers is not retiring. He did not sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He did, however, sign with the New Orleans Saints in the wake of Derek Carr's retirement. I think he's going to be kind of like a backup quarterback there. I don't know really exactly what they're going to do with him. I don't see him lasting more than a year in New Orleans, but we'll see what happens. I like the Saints, so that should be interesting to watch. Okay, NHL playoffs are still going on. Nobody cares. NBA playoffs. Holy shit. So, the last time I came to you was last Friday. That's when the fucking Knicks destroyed the Celtics at the Garden. It was fucking magnificent. The place went nuts. This hasn't happened. The Knicks haven't been in the semifinals in 25 years. And I told you, I like our odds against the Pacers much better than I liked our odds against the fucking Celtics or the Cavaliers. Now let's talk about the fucking Indiana Pacers. So they played their first game Wednesday night. And for the majority of the game, the Knicks had them crushed. And then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. Now I'm going to tell you what happened here. Okay? I'm going to tell you what happened. Now, there's two things that were working against the Knicks for this game. One, okay, they had the fucking game won. Then there was a bad call by the ref in the fourth quarter. They gave Indiana possession of the fucking ball. It was a bullshit call, okay? It was a bullshit call, and they gave Indiana possession of the ball. These fucking referees are fucking pieces of shit, okay? I swear to God, they're all on the fucking take. So Indiana gets possession of the ball, and Halliburton was able to hit a fucking buzzer beater at the last second to tie the game and put it in overtime. Otherwise, the Knicks had that one. All they had to do was play a little more fucking defense, just stop them mid-court, and they would have had that game in the fucking pocket, okay? Halliburton, like I said, had a Hail Mary fucking fadeaway jumper, boom, and he was going for 3 points, but his toe was inside the paint and only counted for 2, and tied the fucking game. Okay, it goes into overtime. Stupid foul calls. Okay, just basically jammed the Knicks up. The Pacers were able to just run away with the game at that point. Fucking disgusting. I'm going to tell you why all of that happened. The last time the Knicks lost a game like that was when they were playing that first game against Boston at TD Garden after Tatum went down. We thought that was a lock, right? And I was sitting in a bar in Connecticut watching the fucking game on my phone because the bartender couldn't figure out how to use a fucking TV remote control. And if I watch it at home, they win. If I watch it on a bar, on a TV, they win. Now my friend's white because my friend has the same kind of superstitions about the Knicks, and she thinks we're both fucking mentally irregular, but don't fix what ain't broken. You know what I mean? So, I'm in Utica. There's a bar in the hotel. I mean, Utica's a depressed town. I didn't feel like exploring, looking around for a fucking bar. I was tired. I wanted something to eat. I wanted to watch my fucking Knicks, have a couple drinks, go upstairs, go to bed. I had an early meeting the next day. Go into the hotel. They got 3 TVs. Okay. I said, excuse me, can you put the Knicks game on for me? She says, I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, can't figure out the remote. Okay, great. Give me one of those nights. So I figured I'll eat fast, go upstairs, and just watch the game in my room. So I put the fucking game on my phone. So because I'm watching it on the phone as I'm eating, they're losing. So just as I'm about to pay the check, she goes, oh, I figured out how to put the game on. So now it's on in the bar. I'm like, good, fine. I'll sit in the bar and watch it. So watching it in the bar, they're winning. They're doing fantastic. This idiot calls last call at 10 o'clock. You got a bar full of people. Right? I mean, it wasn't like I was the only one in the bar. You got all the hotel guests in the fucking bar. This fat fuck calls last call, and like 5 minutes left in the game, shuts the TV off. What the fuck? I didn't even have time to kill her. I run upstairs to my room to watch the game because I can't watch it on the phone. They're loose. I go into the fucking room. I put the TV on. The remote don't work. And don't turn the TV on. So now I'm trying to do it manually. There's no signal going to the television. So now I got to put it on the phone. And I'm trying to figure out the fucking TV. I'm calling downstairs to the front desk. Nobody's answering the phone. I'm on Rajada now. I want to rip the fucking TV off the wall and throw it through the fucking window. Like I wanted to demolish this room. Because now as soon as I put it on the phone, they start losing. Now it goes into overtime. I run downstairs. What's wrong with the television? I said, first of all, the remote don't work. Put batteries in it or something. They changed the batteries. I said, what's wrong with the television? Oh, it's not just you. Okay, well, what's the fucking mystery? Well, we're having some signal issues. We just switched providers and other TVs. Try unplugging and unplugging. I'm like, I did that already. It didn't work. I don't know, sir. You don't know. The Knicks are in a fucking playoff game. Semifinals, first time in 25 years. Your fat-ass bartender needs to go home at 10 o'clock. For what, I don't know. Shuts the bar down, closes the television, and people are sitting there in the dark. I don't know what they're doing. And now my TV don't work. And what happens? The fucking Knicks lose. So I blame this fucking cocksucker hotel in Utica that the place should burn down tonight. Okay? For the Knicks losing that fucking game against the Pacers. Because they put the fucking whammy on them. Let's hope tonight is a different outcome. Like I said, I still like our chances against Indiana. I have a number in my head as to how many games this is going to take, but I am not going to say it out loud because I don't want to fucking jinx them. but I have a number in my head. I'm going to keep it to myself, and that's that. Okay. On Tommy's Pub and Grub Review, I got 3 places we're going to talk about. So, it's very hard to find a good restaurant in Albany, or anything that's even like piques your interest. I don't know where people eat there, honestly. But I found this place, because everything also closed at 9 o'clock. I found this place, walking distance from my hotel. I think it was on Howard Street, and it was called the City Beer Hall. How bad could it be? Actually, not bad at all. Like, they had a big pizza menu. Like, it had a very... Like, I mean, they had wings, they had burgers, but they had like a whole section of pizzas, I guess brewed with the beer, the yeast, the beer, calzone. But I didn't want any of that. I had like an app. I was starving because I didn't eat all day. I don't think I ate the night before. And they had the braten tomatoes with the vinegar on it, and I love that. So I had to get that. Now, honestly, I was stunned that it was this good. It was good, okay? And then I just got a burger, which wasn't bad. I've had better, but it wasn't bad. But, then I found the next day, I was doing a trade show, and I'm across the street from this, like, little tavern called the War Room. Like, what is this? So I Googled it, and I'm like, fuck, why did this come up when I Googled stuff the night before? This place looked fantastic. I never do this. Like, I never give a review to a place that I haven't eaten at yet. But, like, I've heard of the executive chef that's there. His name is Yasu Sasso. He's Japanese. Because, like, it's like a dive bar, it looks like, from the outside. The inside's actually pretty nice. It's a fairly popular place. Like, a lot of politicians and, like, power brokers and shit like that go there. And they had, like, sushi. I'm like, who the fuck would get sushi in a dive bar? And I'm looking at him and, oh, wait a minute, I know this guy. I've heard of him. I don't know him personally. But he's supposed to be, like, one of the premier sushi chefs in New York State. How the fuck he landed here, I don't know. But, like, I'm looking at the menu looked great. I mean, they have different dishes named after the different governors and stuff like that. But, like, I'm looking at him, like, they had primate strips. I'm like, fuck, what? And then they had a cigar lounge in the back. I'm like, why the fuck didn't I find this the night before? So, if I should ever find myself, and this place was on Eagle Street. Yeah, Eagle Street. Eagle Street or Eagle Avenue? Eagle Street, I think. It's just a little out of the way, tucked away joint. It's across from the Albany Capitol Center, which is where I was. If I'm ever in Albany again, I'm definitely going to this place for dinner, and I'll definitely do a pub and grub review, maybe even a live one, who the fuck knows. Okay, let's talk about Utica. So I told you, there's a very big Italian influence or population in Utica. How they found their way up there, I don't know. Okay? I don't know. But there's a lot of Italian restaurants, and they have their regional dishes. And one of this is a specific dish that, it's regional. It's a specific Utica's famous for. It's called chicken riggies. It's a stupid fucking name. It's basically rigatoni with chicken in this, like, spicy, creamy kind of pepper sauce. Now, I've heard of this dish. So when I was up there, I made a mental note, and I'm like, oh, I could try chicken riggies. So they actually had it in the hotel restaurant. So I'm like, fuck it, let's just try it. Normally I wouldn't order pasta like in a place like that, but I said, let me try it. Shockingly enough, it was pretty damn good. I love the concept. I'm sure there's places in Utica that make that much better. But it was pretty fucking good. The pasta was a little bit overcooked for my taste. But outside of that, the sauce, the chicken and everything is executed very nicely. I love the concept of this dish. So it's chicken breast. It's just cut up, sauteed, whatever. It has onion. You got 3 different kinds of peppers. You got bell peppers. Sometimes they use Cubanelle peppers. Roasted peppers, which give it a very unique sweetness. And then hot cherry peppers. Those hot cherry vinegar peppers, which I fucking love. I could put that on just about anything. And they sauteed it all together with some garlic and onion and olive oil. And then they add crushed tomatoes. lots of Parmesan, and some heavy cream. And then they toss it all with the pasta, and this is what they call chicken riggies. You could actually, I mean, they have it with different proteins too. You can do it with steak, and probably be good with sausage. But it's a regional dish. It's a local legendary dish, chicken riggies. Everybody in fucking Utica knows about it. Every restaurant has it on the menu. And I gotta tell you, I love the concept of this dish. Now, this might be the next episode of the Neighborhood Kitchen. Okay? Because I could definitely make this better. Okay? But it was very, 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 very good. So if you're ever in Utica for some reason, it's not a total loss. Go find a nice Italian place. Try the chicken riggies. You'll thank me. Salud. Okay, kids, your PSA. We got a new friend. Here he is.
Yeah, I'm Cranky Carl, and I'm here with today's PSA. You know what really pisses me off? All these stupid, these jackanapes that are running around changing perfectly good sayings for no other reason other than to sound like a bunch of idiots. Okay, now the new thing, these people that are running, these people are running around, instead of saying good morning, they're saying grand rising. What the hell kind of crap is this, grand rising? Shut the fuck up. You know what? Don't say anything to anybody in the morning. This is New York. Nobody wants to talk to you, okay? All these people, grand rising. Oh, next thing out of their mouth is, God is good. God blessed me. Shut up. Nobody cares. You change a perfectly good, grammatically perfect saying into something that sounds like it's from that movie, Coming to America. Oh, Grand Rising, Africa! Grand Rising! Knock it off!
He's definitely a cranky motherfucker. Anyway, happy Memorial Day, kids. Go hug a service person, unless they have PTSD. They don't like that, all right? In which case, just thank them. Be safe out there. Stay COVIDless, no mask, don't ask, haters can kiss my ass, and remember, who loves you, babe? That's been your Friday wrap-up, and I'll see you when I see you.